Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the mysterious death of Erin Valenti. This one's really strange. It kind of gives you a lot to think about, and of course I want to hear what you guys think. Once I get into the details and the whole story, I'll tell you guys my thoughts on it. I absolutely 100% think it's cover up. Something else is going on than natural causes, but it'll make more sense when I get into this. So if you guys like these type of videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, and definitely check out my new merch that is available. I added some new slogans and t-shirts and things like that. So let's get to it. Erin Valenti was a 33-year-old woman from Salt Lake City, and she was reported missing on October 7th of 2020 after she missed her flight home from San Jose, California. So I'm going to give you a little backstory on who Erin Valenti was. She was the chief executive of Tinker Ventures, which was a web development shop that would build software for other companies that would use remote staff in Pakistan. According to her close friends, the business was very profitable. Former colleagues described her as a hardworking entrepreneur with refusal to fail. And as her job, what she did is she was responsible for finding new customers and keeping them. Her business worked on contracts and not subscriptions. Her friends say that in the last year of her life, she seemed ready for a change, and she was very enthusiastic, and she was always calling them when she was on car rides or going somewhere to talk about new ideas and new ventures for her business. Her friends say too that she would always invite them over and they would have wine and talk about new ideas and brainstorm, and she was just really excited and really enthusiastic and looking forward to growing her business. She decided to go on this 3-day business trip, and it was kind of like a Tony Robbins seminar, that type of workshop, where it was just hours and hours a day learning and growing and how to grow your business, things like that. And her mother even says during these 3-day business trips, she would call her and tell her how she's excited to get home and start working on new proposals, new plans, and new ideas for her business. And she was just really looking forward to getting home and getting started with all these new ideas from all this stuff she learned from these seminars. On October 7th, she had just left one of her friends at the airport, like dropped her off, and she had called her family and was like talking frantically and was really worried. And this is where she said some really strange things. Some of the things she said, people think that she was killed because she knew the true nature of reality. She was talking to her friends and family on the phone. She said, it's all a game, we're living in the matrix, it's all a simulation. And her family says that she was speaking really rapidly, really fast, and she was very stern about this. In the call to her parents said that she was calling the mom and the dad on and off again, and she kept saying, it's all a game, it's all a game, we're in the matrix, we're in the matrix. And she was just talking a mile a minute, and then she was saying that she's going to be home for Thanksgiving because she was actually supposed to be home that Wednesday because she was winning a award for women in tech. So as I said, she went missing that October 7th. The last time she had spoke with her family was 3:30 p.m. that day. She also kept saying that she couldn't find her rental car, which was a Nissan Gray Murano. While she was looking for the vehicle, she was on the phone with her parents, and she ended up finding her vehicle. She got off the phone with them, and that was the last time they'd ever hear from her. One thing I did find really interesting is that the family said when they were on the phone with her that she said when she finally found her rental car that she was low on gas. Now, once she stopped answering calls and stopped calling, her husband and her family, her husband got worried, and he used the Find My Phone app to be able to find her. Now, again, she was missing for 5 days. Now, with her being missing because she wasn't answering the phone call, she had missed her flight, they were super worried. They ended up setting up a Facebook group. It was called Help Find Erin Valenti, and sadly, one of the volunteers from that group ended up finding her dead in the back seat of her rental car. Now, her family and her husband were super pissed because they claimed that the police botched this investigation. Her husband, Joseph, said that he and the family had given him loads of information. They had given him the make, the model of the car, the license plate number, data tracking information of her last phone call, and still the police didn't file a missing person report until 2 days later, that Thursday. Of course, the police said that she had spontaneously disappeared and that she was taking a few days off because she was an adult. And the family just thinks that the police just didn't make it a priority because they just didn't care. Or is it because they were somehow connected and told not to give a shit? Makes you wonder. Things that make you go, What's really important to note is the family and her husband is a psychologist, says she has no prior illness, mental illness, bipolar, manic, anything like that. She has always been totally normal, I guess, but what really is normal, right? Of course, medical autopsies say that it could have been a manic episode for a previously undetected and undiagnosed psychiatric disorder. What? I talked about Elisa Lam in another video, and I have never heard of a manic episode killing somebody. It just doesn't make sense. There was no wounds on Valenti's body, like it wasn't suicide, so like did she just have a heart attack? But in the autopsy it doesn't mention anything about a heart attack. They described it as sudden death and natural causes, even though she was a completely healthy woman. She did have a thyroid disease that she was taking medicine for, but it had never really affected her because the medicine was working. So it makes absolutely no sense. Honestly, I don't understand it, and I, of course, want to hear what you guys have to say about this because there's so many questions. It makes me wonder, was she drugged at this convention? Did somebody give her like an experimental drug? Did she know more than she was supposed to know? Did she do some sort of research where she didn't realize the answers she was going to get and they were answers that they don't want the public to know? And by simulation, I don't mean like a video game, like someone's like controlling us. Is more so of we come from like a higher being. This is like our physical body, but our souls are in other dimensions as well. I know it sounds like really crazy and out there, but after 2020, I feel like who the fuck knows? Anything is possible, let's be honest. I think when people hear the word simulation, they automatically think like a video game, but I honestly wonder, did she find something out at this tech seminar that she wasn't supposed to? Did she overhear something she wasn't supposed to? It just really makes no sense for somebody who was never manic, never had any psychiatric issues, married to a psychologist, got off the phone after the seminar and was very, very adamant that it's a game, we're in an experiment, you know, she had so much to say, and then boom, she dies. So it makes no sense. And then the autopsy makes no sense. It's just way weird and stranger than fiction, if you ask me. So I want to hear what you guys think. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon.